Konbanwa, minasan. So today I wanted to talk about something kind of interesting to me, which I knew in the past and somehow forgot about in the last 3 weeks, which would be using polyglotism or your study of languages as stress relief. So in the past, I had a fairly equal balance between Japanese, Chinese, Korean, and usually 1/4 language because it kept my mind going in different directions for the most part. Korean and Japanese you can argue are related or have things in common, but I'm at a very different level. I mean, classical, historical, think Beowulf grammar versus not even being able to string a sentence together in Korean. Very different level, so very different experience. And I didn't realize until I started class, and I'm taking 20 credits of Japanese, that I kind of need that. I kind of need something else to break up my day, because doing just one language is kind of hard. I don't know why. I'm not sure where that came from. It's just putting all of my focus into one language kind of kills my enjoyment of learning the language. And I mean, part of it is the class on grammar, because studying grammar and inflected verbs and adjectives and everything is going to be great in about a week when my brain has processed the 59 different forms those things take. I am not kidding you, it is probably more like a couple hundred. I don't know how many that I'm expected to know by the end of the term, but it's going to make my enjoyment of the classics a lot better once I get it down. But right now it's just making me wonder why I'm majoring in this language, why I'm studying it, which is sad because I've been studying Japanese since middle school. I've been studying pretty much nonstop for 3 weeks, and this week I got pretty stressed out about it. And about halfway through the week, a friend messaged me saying there was a Korean woman looking to exchange English lessons for Korean. And I was like, yeah, like very much yes. And then the next day, a friend of mine was like, hey, do you want to get together and study Korean? And it's like, yes, I do. I don't have time, but yes, I do. And what I did was I just started listening to my Korean podcasts as I walked between classes. And just that tiny bit of something that was not Japanese was enough to decrease my stress level, make me a little bit happier, and focus on the positives in Japanese, and kind of re-motivated me for Japanese, kind of had me take a break and look at why I'm studying it. I hope to be able to fit Chinese and Korean in at least a couple hours a day. I'm not sure that's possible. Midterms will come up and that will not be possible, and then again for finals. But I do think it will help, and maybe part of that is because the way I learn languages outside of school is socially, and having social engagement also helps. So there's that. I'm looking at Lang 8 for sentences. I think that's going to also help me do something pretty quick and easy and still get feedback. And yeah, I don't know. All right, I will talk to you all next week. Annyeong!